Banking industry is a major sector of the economy that has achieved renewed focus after financial sector reforms and the entry of private sector banks. This sector is the foundation of modern economic development and key player of development strategy. It forms the core of the financial sector of an economy. Through mobilization of resources and their better allocation, commercial banks play an important role in the development process of underdeveloped countries. Commercial banks improve the allocation of resources by lending money to priority sector of the economy. These banks provide a meeting ground for the savers and investors among various indicators of financial stability. Banks' non-performing loan assumes critical importance since it reflects on the asset quality, credit risk and efficiency in the allocation of resources to productive sectors. A common perspective is that the problem of banks' non-performing loans is attributed to political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental conditions. In present times, banking in India is fairly mature in terms of supply, product range, and reach. But reach in rural India still remains a challenge for the public sector and private sector banks. The Reserve Bank of India is mainly concerned with providing finance to weaker sections of society, development of priority sectors, and providing credit under differential rate of interest scheme. After reforms in banking sector, the entry of many private players has been permitted. Post liberalization demands public sector banks to compete with well diversified and resource rich private banks and in providing good quality funded services and unique products to suit customers' need. Public sector banks have already sacrificed a lot of their profits for achievement of social objectives. Due to cutthroat competition and technology, the public sector banks are thinking to improve productivity and profitability, which is essential to survive in a globalized economy. The future of public sector banks would be based on their capability to continuously build good quality assets in an increasingly competitive environment and maintaining capital adequacy and stringent prudential norms. Consolidation and competition may be key factors impacting the nationalized banks in the future. Due to reforms, it has been felt that there is a need to increase in profits and also reduction in non-performing assets of banks. It is in this context the study has undertaken an empirical analysis for evaluating the non-performing loans of public sector banks and private sector banks with special reference to weaker sections. There are numerous empirical studies conducted on the issue of non-performing assets of commercial banks in India as well as abroad. Present review deals with the empirical studies conducted in Indian context on non-performing assets in weaker sections of public sector banks and private sector banks. An attempt was made by a researcher to identify factors which could have led to changes in the position of individual banks in terms of their share in the overall banking industry. He analyzed the share of rural branches, average branch size trends in banks' profitability, share of public sector assets, share of wages in expenditure, provision and contingencies, net non-performance assets in net advances, spread has been calculated. He concluded that in many respects, nationalized public sector banks are much better than private sector banks and even they are better than foreign banks. A research paper on the topic, a comparative study of non performing assets in India in the global context, examined the similarities and dissimilarities and remedial measures. Financial sector reforms in India has progressed rapidly on aspects like interest rate deregulation, reduction in reserve requirements, barriers to entry, prudential norms, and risk based supervision. Dear sir, I am in receipt of your letter dated 6th instant and thank you for the same. I shall be pleased to supply all the goods which you have included in the list wide letter under reference. In this context, I wish to inform you that last month I have sent a circular letter to all the customers wherein I have clearly mentioned that there is likely to be an increase in the price of the goods. As usual, I have informed all the customers about the same. Though I have a proposal to increase the rate within a very short time, you have been charged at the old rate only. I have not taken the advantage of the proposal to increase. I have given you the benefit of lower price in the hope that you will continue to patronize. However, I am greatly surprised to learn from your letter that you are not satisfied with the quality of some of our goods. You have not mentioned in detail about the defects, if any, found in them. If you will kindly let me know the same, I shall be pleased to set right them so that there will not be any room for complaint in future. As regards the defective goods sent to you, I am making necessary allowance in future invoices. I sincerely apologize for the mistake occurred in the dispatches and I assure you that it will not be repeated. Yours faithfully.